Welcome to the Present Arsenal Present, where we discuss major Arsenal issues, content, and all kinds of news regarding Arsenal. But sometimes we'll dabble into other clubs. You are welcome to the Present. Make sure you stick a like on the video on your way in. If you're watching the playback, do me that great favor. Stick a like on the video, subscribe, and make sure the channel bells are turned on. Let me make sure my audio is sounding great. Yeah, the audio is sounding great. So do not forget to like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and not subscribe, and make sure your notification bells are actively turned on. So what will I be talking about today? Exactly on the screen. Arsenal won, AS Monaco won, Arsenal winning on penalties. Yes, it was not the most flamboyant of games, I agree, but it's not as bad as some of us are projecting. Let us calm down. We will not win all the matches playing flamboyant football all the time, even though the Arsenal team is known for playing pretty football, good football, but we will not have the luxury of playing this kind of football all the time, especially if we have new players in the team. New players in the team. We signed Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Yuri Timber. What does that mean? We've added people to the team, and we've sold what's his name? Granit Xhaka. Now, if you look at the starting 11, let's look at the starting 11 that played against Monaco. Right? We had Ramsdale in goal. The back four, Ole Soliba, played in the correspondence fixture, not against Monaco. The team we played against, I forgot the team we played against the last time we played the Emirates Cup, right? If you look at the team at the back, Soliba wasn't playing with Gabriel. He was playing with Timber, Kivio, and Tomiyasu. We know Tomiyasu is still a bit rusty, right? He didn't have the best of game. Timber played for Zinchenko as a left back, and Kivio actually played as a left center half instead of Gabriel. Those are changes. What do you expect? The team will not be as fluid as we have known it. So you to cut the team some slack. You cannot be judging them based on the standard of last season, where we had a smaller squad, to play with, and these players have played together for at least a few matches together. Now we are changing and interchanging, trying to get the right formation and the varieties of formation. That means the fluidity will not be there until we've played more matches into the season. There is no need to panic. Now, should you show your concern? Yeah, you should be a bit concerned, but there is no need to whip into the panic mode. Panicking is, I don't know how you're panicking. Now, so let's move from the defense to the midfield. We had Partey, Rice, and Smith Rowe. These three have never played together before. Now, Partey and Rice played, I think, in the US. That was the first time they played. This is the second time they're playing. The understanding will not be there. I even saw some people saying Rice looked like a quicker El Neni. That is a bit so damning. Like, guys, I understand he was bought for £105 million. He did not fix that fee. West Ham demanded that from him. Now we expect him to give us quality performance. Those performances will come. Let us temper our expectations. Rice was not bad. He was not bad. So, like I said, Rice, Partey, and Smith Rowe were playing together for the first time. Smith Rowe was the 10, while Partey and Rice were the 6 and 8. So you don't expect them to look like they've been playing for donkey years together. That is unfair. That is unfair. So let's move to the attack. We had Martinelli on the left, Vieira on the right, and Nketiah. When have you guys seen those guys play together? When have you guys seen those guys play together? So we are overreaching sometimes. We need to just calm down, especially Nketiah will lead in line. I understand some of you have your reservations regarding Nketiah, which is fine. You have your reservations regarding Nketiah, but this is the first time Nketiah, Vieira, who is not a traditional winger. Vieira is not a traditional winger, and for the first time since he has been signed last season, I saw Vieira play a better game than he has shown for throughout his time at Arsenal. For the first time, Vieira showed that, okay, there is something there. And Nketiah, we know what we can get from Nketiah. I understand the clarion call for a better striker. I get it. If Arsenal decides to go for a bigger, taller, conventional striker, I understand. If Arsenal doesn't do that, I still understand that we have enough attacking prowess to actually continue the season. So let me read some of the chat real quick. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Very, very important to stick a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. So this is Nana Ado Okere. Party has never played with Rice. Yeah, aside from, I think they played together at Los Angeles, just one match. They've never played together more time for them to have that understanding. So I agree with you subjectively on that. This is the first time. Shout out to you, Nana Ado Okere. Shout out to you for joining this show for the first time. Hopefully you will enjoy the show. Hopefully you subscribe, and hopefully you like the video. So Oxmoto, shout out to you for coming in. I'm happy Rainbow saved the penalty. I've been anti-Raya, and now we have a bigger problem with Jesus' injury. We need a striker. Say, oh, I forgot to say hello. Yeah. So, yes, Rambo saving the penalty was actually the highlight of the match for me. Like, I wasn't expecting Rambo to save any penalty, but him saving that penalty, that was a highlight for me. And let's discuss this anti-Raya. So, Oxmoto, why are you anti-Raya? I don't think you should be anti-Raya. I understand people have their preferences. If you prefer to have Rambo as your number one, or that's the person you connect with, I get it. But don't you think Arsenal should come first? I think Arsenal should come first before our sentiment to any other players. I think Arsenal should come first, regardless of our sentiment to players, right? I think Arsenal should come first. I don't think it's great for you to say you are anti-Raya. Okay, why are you anti-Raya? I would like to know objectively, Oxmoto, why are you anti-Raya? Let me know. I would like to know, if you don't mind. And says, oh, I forgot. Oh, shout out to you, Oxmoto. I hope you're great this evening from here. So, going back to the match, I don't think the match was a smooth match compared to what we had last season, but it was not a bad match. Monaco were not a group of mannequins. They came to play. They were physical. They tested off physical. They tested off athletically. And I think Monaco have a decent team. So people getting panic attacks, oh, we don't look ready. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think that's necessarily true because we have a bigger squad and we played a larger number of players. And I am very sure before we play our first match against Nottingham Forest next week, we will look sharper. We will look very sharper. So there is no need, in my humble opinion, to trigger the panic stations. There is no need for you to trigger the panic stations. Now, if you want to be consigned, I get it. But if you look at the match objectively, where Monaco were not ripping us to shred. They were not. Were they competing with us? Yes, you want a competitive match. You don't want a match you just go in and stroll over the opponent. You want to see some restraint and some pushback from the opponent, regardless of how you want your team to dominate. So we need to just calm down. Oxmoto comes with another chat. Our set piece defending is an issue. Everybody for some times freezes. Is it really an issue, or we are overly micro-analyzing the team? Don't you think sometimes there are some goals you can prevent? I think sometimes we are overly micro-analyzing the team. There's sometimes just give kudos to the opposition. They just like the goal we considered. I don't think it was necessarily a question of bad defending. Those things happen. You can't have a perfect match. I say sometimes we are looking for a perfect match. That's impossible in my opinion. Now, analyzing the match, Monaco gave us some tough moments in the game. They gave us some tough moments. They were stronger. No, I won't say they were stronger. They were strong in their tackling. They were aggressive. They didn't give us time to dwell on the ball as we wanted. Now, our performances were a bit disjointed. Why? Because we have relatively new players. Like I said, Partey and Rice were playing for the second time. So you understand he's not yet there. Now, we had Smith Rowe playing as a 10. Now, he started in the first 15 minutes like a house on fire and he tailed off a little bit. You can understand he's trying to still acclimatize himself to the team after he missed 90% of last season. So there's still teething issues surrounding the team. Then we had Timber playing as a left back. So you have to understand there's context to these things. Players are new in the team, and it takes some time for them to actually understand each other flawlessly. There is no need for us to go into panic stations. So let me read this chat from Oximoto. Look at last season. I can name all goals we considered from set pieces. It's not just this game. I get it, but are we? See, do you know what? I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, why don't you just wait and see how we defend against Nottingham Forest? If we continue this trend in our first 5 games, then you can get concerned and worried. Until then, let's not overly analyze the games. Do not fall into the trap of overly analyzing the games. Now, we don't even know Arteta's starting 11 until we play Nottingham. We might have a hint when we play Man City at the weekend. We might have a hint of what Arteta wants to play this coming season. But we don't know Arteta's starting 11. He's still trying and he's chopping and changing to see different formations and how it will work. So we need to just be a little patient. We need to just be a little patient. So let's not be carried away by the emotionality of the game. I want to win. I want to win in style. I want the flawless game from Arsenal. But at the same time, I understand the fact that there are new players in the team and they'll have teething issues for the first few weeks before we blend. I just hope when we have those teething issues, we continue to grind our result and win. Man City are not flawless. We act as if Man City won all their games last season, the games they won flawlessly. No, go back and watch Man City games. There were games they just struggled and they muscled it out. There were games they just grinded the result out. Let's not act like Man City were flawless throughout the season. Let's calm down, understand the stakes are higher because we've spent over £200 million in the transfer window. I understand we want to win. The opposition fans are telling us we've spent money, so we need to win, but we still need to take it easy. Take it easy. Do not let the opposition fans get into your head or under your skin. Let's be objective. I'm not saying I'm here to pander to Arsenal team. No, I'm going to call them out and be objective. At the same time, let's just be very careful not to overly micro-analyze the team. Oxmoto comes with on that chat. I can say 2022 Smith Rowe coming back. Look at his touches. Look at his leaner, he's quicker, his movement, the way he's dropping his shoulder. His movement is looking promising. So let us calm down for these people to simmer into the team. I like what I saw from Martinelli today, even though he should have scored 1 or 2 goals. He's not that sharp. You can see he's still rusty, but Martinelli is showing the signs. Even Saka did not play today. People have forgotten Saka did not play today. Jesus did not play today. So we have a lot of squad depth. Fans, you guys need to come to terms that this coming season, there'll be a lot of chopping and changing. And I still think we'll still maintain the quality, even though they'll be chopping and changing. We saw, I think in the second half, Kivior and Gabriel playing, I think the last 25 minutes, Saliba was not playing at the center half. So there'll be a lot of chopping and changing. You saw Jorginho coming and gave that pass that Trossard should have done better. I'm not here to criticize Trossard, but that pass from Jorginho in the second half was exquisite. We saw the likes of Trossard coming in second half, Smith Rowe, Ben White came in. Like, the team is looking great. Now, the fluidity of the team is not there yet, but there's quality, and we do not need to overly criticize the team if we concede 1 or 2 sloppy goals. It comes with the territory, right? And Osmond comes with on that chat says, and also Fabio Vieira is trying that Bernardo Silva role on the wing. Shout out for mentioning that. For the first time, right, I've been kind of iffy, even though I still believe in the future of Fabio Vieira, even though he didn't give us the kind of Saka performance on the wing, because he is not a Saka, he is not a traditional winger. Guys, I want to know, what do you think about Fabio Vieira's performance? For me, I think this is his best performance in the Arsenal shirt. Now, it wasn't all smooth sailing, but just look at it contextually. I think this was his best Fabio Vieira performance in the Arsenal shirt. He played 90 minutes, and I liked what I saw. He gave us those creative crossing. He gave us creativity. Now, he doesn't have the pace and the directness of Saka, but he held the wing. He held the ball. His passing was better than previous time. I'm not saying his passing was 100% this time, but compared to what we see from Fabio Vieira, I think his passing was great today. He played well, in my humble opinion. Some of you might disagree, but I think this was the first time I enjoyed the Fabio Vieira experience relatively. I did. Because most of the time, like, this guy is weak, he's not physical enough, especially when he plays as an 8 or a 10. But today, I enjoyed the Fabio Vieira experience. I liked what I saw. And I liked there was a part, I think it was first half, there was a time that Tomiyasu and Timber actually switched the wings to give us more dynamic movement and how we're moving the ball and confusing the opponent. I think it was good. And shout out to Monaco. I was thinking we would just roll over them. They gave us a contest. And I like teams that give us a contest so you can prepare for the season. You don't want a Division 2 team that just come and roll over. You want a proper contest so that you can test your players physically, mentally, athletically, and make sure they are ready. Now, we're going to have another test against Man City on Sunday. I'll be doing that preview tomorrow. Make sure you guys come in for that preview tomorrow. So I think this is a good test preceding the match, the we're going to play on Sunday. I think it was a good contest from the Monaco team. I like the way they did not come and overly respect us as the Emirates. They came, they were physical. And I like Fafana. No, I've been an advocate for Fafana. I was saying that if Arsenal were actually going to sell Partey, I do not mind Fafana. Fafana actually gave us something to like in case we are interested. Fafana gave us what to look up to. He was physical, he was athletic, he was guiding the ball. I liked what I saw from Monaco team. So I am not too downbeat by the result, even though we drew in regulation time. We won on penalties. I liked what I saw. I personally liked what I saw from the team. And I am not going to fearmonger and come here and be hysterical that we have done. I'm not saying we shouldn't have done more, but based on how the team is, the new players on the team, the fact that we are going to be experiencing a bit of more chopping and changing based on the competition we're playing, I liked what I saw from the team. So the likes of what do you guys think about the Declan Rice performance? I would like to know what you guys think about, because some people were saying I saw a tweet. I don't remember where I saw it. Someone was actually insinuating that Declan Rice looked like a faster Oneni. I think that is a bit too far to that. I like, come on, let's not do that. It's a second game. I think he acquitted himself well in the first half. There was a chance he should have scored. You can tell he's still much rusty. He's not a fully fit. He could have done better. I think a fully fit Declan Rice would have scored that chance before the Monaco defender slid in to defend that. So, come on. He's not a quick eye on any. Do you think the tackle from Arojo had to do with Jesus' knee injury? According to Arteta, he told us, if you actually read the excerpts from the press conference he had, he said the knee injury what did they say? He said Jesus has been having some pain on that knee injury he had last time. So it's not as a result of the tackle he had against the Barcelona defender. No, he has had that pain. I think he has been playing with painkillers, and he has been continuing to complain about the same knee injury. So he decided to just provide a seemingly permanent solution to a nagging knee injury. Let's say there's some sort of inflammation on the operation. So decided to do according to Arteta, I'm quoting him, a small procedure to ease out the inflammation that will be out for a few weeks. You know, when Arteta say a few weeks, that's not putting a definite time scale on it. A few weeks can be 8 weeks, can be 6 weeks, can be 10 weeks, it can be 20 weeks. He said a few weeks. He didn't say month. He said a few weeks. So that is very subjective. But according to some journalists, they are saying it should be at most 6 weeks. So let's say how long Jesus will be on the sideline. So I don't think it's a tackle from Arroyo, the Barcelona defender. I think he has been carrying that pain for a long time, just like Smith Rowe was carrying that growing injury or pain for a long time, and they decided to actually provide a permanent remedy or solution to that nagging pain. So that's on the Jesus injury. So what more? What did I notice about the match? Tomiyasu looked a bit rusty. I like Tomiyasu, even though we had some rumors this morning that teams in Italy want to take their bet on Tomiyasu. I don't think we should say Tomiyasu because we will need a quality squad depth. We can't afford to sell him. He can play across the back four, so we need a player like that, especially if you're going to sell Trusty and Holding. And I'm happy I'm selling Holding. It's not good enough. We need top quality players that can come in for other players, and the level doesn't drop. So I am not for us selling Tomiyasu. I'm not. Even though you sell him and bring another player, it will take some time for them to adapt to our system, to our team. So I'll keep Tomiyasu. We need him. He started the game today. Then he went up. He was substituted for the second half. So we still need those quality. It's not time for us to start selling. We need to keep Tomiyasu. In my humble opinion, Kivior played 90 minutes. I like what I saw from Kivior, even though he still needs to improve on his physicality. From that, I think Kivior is a little bit lightweight. Like, am I the only one saying that? Is a bit too quick to hug the ground. Kivior need to do some work at the gym. He's a bit too lightweight compared to Gabriel. You know, Gabriel is a Brazilian, he's tough and rough around the edges. Compared to Kivior, who for me is better on the ball than Gabriel, but he's not as rugged as a Gabriel. And sometimes he looks a bit too easy to be bullied. So he needs to. Let me read this chat from Oxymoto. They offer 20 million for Tommy. The disrespect. How dare they? So how much do you want to offer for Tommy? How much? Right? We know the Italian teams are not flush with cash. They don't have the kind of money teams in England have. So you don't expect them to offer the same money. We can see how Inter Milan and AC Milan are struggling to offer what Arsenal would deem reasonable for Balogun. Now, if you want to sell to any team in the English Premiership, is a different market. But when you are selling outside England, we need to be conversant on the fact that those clubs do not have the same kind of financial resources clubs in England have. Now, I'm not saying we should sell for cheap. I'm not saying so. I'm just saying you need to understand that there's a different market between the English market and the European market. And European market does not have the kind of financial resources or arrogance of the English market. You can see likes of Newcastle can go to AC Milan and buy Tonali, right? But I can bet you it will be very difficult for AC Milan to come to England or go to Newcastle and buy their players. So the paradigm have shifted. The money is in England compared to those days where the money was in Spain and was in Italy. The money is now in England. So you have to understand that most European clubs cannot, as of now, compete financially with clubs in England. So you know that sometimes they are trying to be derisory or disrespectful. It's what they have. It's what they have. So we need to be conversant with that. So we won the game on penalties, which wasn't bad. So give me a moment, please. So we won the game on penalties, and I like the way our team dispatched our penalties. Very clean penalties. Fabi Vera scored his penalty. I like the way Jorginho and Kai Havertz dispatched the penalty. Luckily for us, this is not me trying to be cynical. Luckily for us, Saka was not even on the pitch to take a penalty. Fabio Vieira atoned for his penalty miss against who did he miss penalty again? I know he missed a penalty during the tour in America, but today he dispatched his penalty. So I'm looking at it like if the likes of Kai and Jorginho on the pitch, should Saka still remain our official penalty taker? Let's take away the sentiment. Let's take away the sentiment. The star boy, one of the best wingers in the world, blah blah blah, blase blase blase. But when it comes to taking pressure penalties, do you guys still trust Saka? I have nothing against Saka. I love him as a player. I just think he has missed two crucial penalties in crucial games, and that could be a knock-on effect. I'm not saying during open play he's not a great player, but when it comes to the set pieces and penalties, if you have better penalty takers in the team than Saka, it's just common sense to me for us to release Saka of those penalty duties and give to somebody else who is willing and can do the job better. This is not about sentiment. It's about who can do the job better. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. So I want to say something about Nketiah regarding this game, right? I like Nketiah, and I think I've been defending him, not because I have a personal agenda for Nketiah. I just think we will overly criticize him and we compare him to Jesus. Unfair. Nketiah will not be Jesus. This is not a slight on Nketiah. He can be Jesus. Jesus is a different animal. And we can actually agree that Jesus is not even a world-class scorer. He's a top-class striker. He's not a world-class scorer. But we know he provides us with other things in the team, like leading the line, the way he brings other people into the game, his creativity, even though as a striker. But Nketiah, for me, sometimes he tries to reenact Jesus. And when he tries to do that without playing his own game, he struggles. And when he struggles like that, the team struggles. And going into the season, now that Jesus is going to be out for 6 weeks, I'm not panicking yet, but I am very, very concerned. Now, Oxmoto comes with the chat. I will give Saka one last chance on pens, one last straw. For me, I think I've seen enough. You cannot give what you don't have. I think I've seen enough. I don't think we have to force or impose penalty taking ability on Saka. I don't just think it's good enough for penalty taking. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was going to say, Nketiah held it down when Jesus was out for 3 months. Did he actually hold it down for 3 months? How many goals did he score? How many assists did he provide? Let's not forget the Everton game away. Nketiah struggled, and because of Nketiah was struggling, Martinelli was struggling too. And if you watch today's game objectively, and the game against Man U objectively, like I said, objectively, the key word, Nketiah, the ball bouncing off Nketiah sometimes. See, Nketiah doesn't have the ball ability to retain the ball like Jesus does. He doesn't have the ability to hold the ball and attract defenders to him, then create and be creative to the likes of Saka and Martinelli the way Jesus does it. And I'm very concerned. So when you say held it down, Anton is scored against Man U, he scored against West Ham. And aside from those goals, his all-round game, was he benefiting the team? I don't think so. I do not think his all-round game is good enough. Because when he's not scoring, Nketiah is not actually producing for the team. Let's be real. When Nketiah is not scoring, is he producing for the team? I don't think so. And also says Messi missed more penalties in one season than Saka at some point. You see, you are not being totally honest, Oximoto. So, out of how many penalties did Messi miss more penalties? You have to bring the numbers and let's look at how many did he miss and how many did he score. Saka has not played 10 penalties for us now, right? But I think he has actually missed 2 after playing less than 10 penalties compared to Messi, who must have played like 70, I mean, penalties for Barca, may missed 10. But if you look at analyze statistics carefully, Messi is still a better penalties taker. If I missed two to three penalties out of 10, and someone scores 60 out of 70, the guy that scores 60 out of 70 is still a better penalty taker. So, Oximoto, you are trying to play games there. So are you on this chart too when you said Nketiah headed down? Let's be real. I love Nketiah and I've been supporting him. I think we overly criticize him sometimes. But Nketiah, to me, if he's not scoring goals, he's not doing enough for the team. And sometimes the fact that he wants to emulate Jesus by all means, sometimes he struggles and the team struggles. Okay, you said Messi. Are you sure of these statistics? Missed 31 penalties in total. Okay, out of how many penalties? He missed 31 penalties. Out of how many penalties? I would love to know. Out of how many penalties did he miss 31 penalties? That's if Messi actually missed 31 penalties. Because I'll go do my research. And I'll go do my research and tomorrow I'll be here. So you're telling me Messi missed 31 penalties. Out of how many penalties? I would love to know. Even though we are pivoting from the subject, which is the reaction to the Monaco win, even though one on penalty, but we drew regulation time 1-1. So for me, it was not a terrible performance. It was not excellent. It wasn't terrible. Some of us are overreacting. Regarding Jesus' injury, we have to hope he comes back as quick as possible, and we have to play without him. And I think we can actually survive without him. Now, if the club have the resources to go into the market and get us a quality striker, I'm down for that. And if we cannot get a quality striker, I think we have enough attacking profile in the team to actually navigate the continue to win games before Jesus comes back. There won't be excuses. Trossard can play as a false nine. We have Martinelli who can play there. Saka can contribute with goals. Odegaard can score goals from the midfield. Like we have attacking players that can cash way to we have enough creativity to help Kai score goals. So for me, we won't be missing too much. Even though I don't 100% trust Nketiah, you can still create chances for Nketiah to score goals. So, but if the club decides to go into the market and bring in quality striker, which I don't see, aside from Kolo Muani, which is still available in the market, which other striker can we get realistically? So I don't know. So let's see what we can get. Will Arsenal actually go into the market and get a striker, or like Ateta said during the post-match press conference, that we have within our ranks the profile to actually still play and win matches and score without Gabriel Jesus. So Gnota has responded to my query. 132 penalties taken, his conversion rate is 77. So if you missed 31 out of 132, is he a better penalty taker than Saka? So my point still stands. Is he a better penalty taker than Saka? If you look at some conversion rate, the conversion rate is 77%. Holly Watkins, do you think Villa will sell? I don't think so. We tried to get Douglas Costa from Villa, and we saw how Villa held onto their guns. They refused to sell. I don't think Emery and people at Villa will actually even pick up our phone call or read our fax if we decide to go for Holly Watkins. I don't think they have any chance. Zero chance of getting Holly Watkins. So I don't think we still have enough attacking profile in our team to do well. I think we have enough. We're not winning games will not because of you don't have Jesus. That would be a silly excuse. That would be easy. And let's not forget too, even though we're all hopeful and expecting Jesus to have a better scoring season, Jesus is not been prolific, but let's not forget he missed 4 months too. So, and even when he was playing, there were chances Jesus should have done better than he missed. So, I don't think we'll miss him that much. I expect Smith Rowe to chip in, Saka to chip in, Martinelli, Trossard. So we have enough within our ranks to still score goals. That's my humble opinion. And we still have people in the midfield to be creative. We have Odegaard to be creative and score goals. I expect Kai to chip in. So we still have enough within our ranks to score goals, in my opinion. So, guys, that will be my live reaction to the Emirates Cup that we won on penalties, but we drew during regulation time. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I do not subscribe to the fear-mongering of some people saying, oh, we are not fluid enough. We're not playing with panache and style. Not all the time you have that panache and style. Not all the time. Sometimes teams will come and make it difficult for you. And Monaco did. They played a good game. They were physical. They were strong. They were athletic. And give them their kudos. The Monaco team were not a bunch of mannequins who were just going to allow us to stroll through them. It doesn't work like that. And sometimes I even prefer games like this to test our fitness, to make sure we are ready for the season. So that's my takeaway and my preview on the Monaco game. I'll be coming here tomorrow to do the preview, hopefully with my guy, what's his name, Efosa, for the preview for the Community Shield on the match on Sunday. Guys, do not forget to subscribe. If you are watching to the playback, make sure you subscribe. Do not forget to like the video. Very, very, very important to like the video. It helps the algorithm. It helps us to push in the YouTube street. So don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And most importantly, check and make sure your notification bells are turned on. If you don't turn your notification bells on, you will not get notified when I post pre-recorded videos or I try to go live. Make sure those notification bells are turned on. So shout out to As Monaco for being very interactive on this stream. Shout out to the newcomer, Nana Ado Okere, for joining me on this stream. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed my perspective on the match. I'll be here tomorrow, same time, to get us ready and do the preview to the Man City game. You know, the Man City game will be more exciting. The Man City game will be more, what's it called? The Man City game. Guys, hang on. Why did I put this? Give me a minute. The Man City game for me will be tougher than the game we played against Monaco. There'll be a lot of egos attached to that game, and some people are already panicking because we want Jesus to play against Man City. I still think we have enough. Trossard is good enough, so let us calm down. The Man City game will show us a bit, not everything. Will show us how ready we are. You know, Pep and Arteta will try to size up each other on Sunday. They'd like to know what's going on. So let's make sure we are here tomorrow for the Manchester City Arsenal Charity Cup Community Shield. Sorry, what am I saying? Community Shield game for Sunday. So I'll be here to preview it. Oxmoto, shout out to you. I know you'll be here tomorrow to be more interactive. So I'll see you tomorrow. Another guys on the stream, make sure you're here 9 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be here hopefully with my guy Efosa to run down the preview for the Arsenal against Manchester City Community Shield game. Like the video if you never like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And guys, I will see you tomorrow. Good night.